What makes a vampire distinct? What transforms them from alluring nocturnal wizards to memorable creatures of horror, monsters in all but looks? Is this about Tremere? Because they are alluring nocturnal wizards, as you can see here. But let's continue. Tonight, we take a look at this element, the mortals. The characters you are about to see are all caught up in Seattle's vampire underworld in one way or another. Most are unaware, thinking their misfortune the result of bad luck rather than the interference of vampires. Such is the way of the masquerade, which is important, yes. If everyone is a vampire, but everyone is not a vampire, yeah, not everyone is a vampire, in a way. To achieve the stark contrasts essential to Gothic horror fiction, the vampire must be viewed through the attraction, addiction, and terror they inspire. Every mortal is a lens through which the audience and player, so us, sees a sliver of vampire as they appear to the living world. They are the canvas on which the kindred wield their bloody brush. For to be a vampire, it is to possess terrible powers, allowing one to use and abuse people as tools, food, and pleasure. Of course, the ratio of these three also says something about a vampire's moral nature. Yeah, well, because not every vampire abuses people, not every kindred sees kind as livestock or simply toys. And there's the Sabbath, so yeah. Most of all, mortals elevate the vampire experience, providing the backdrop against which the undead stand in bloody relief. Yeah. After all, if everyone is a vampire, then no one is. True. World of Darkness Head of Creative Management, Karim Wamar. Yeah. And now we have a little interesting video. Let's see it. Yep. Well, I don't know if I will have to cut out the music, the law and copyrights. So yeah, but what we saw, let me just do this just for the safety. We saw few interesting locations, some of which are familiar to us actually. Here we, for example, see the jungle. So it's a location we already saw in the original version of Bloodlines 2 from the Hardsuit Labs. It's the area where the Finnblood slug was hiding. So this is basically a homeless camp full of drug addicts, homeless people, gangsters, and stuff like that. So it's cool to see it still being here. I'm assuming this is part of the Atrium Club, run by the Toreador. What was her name? I don't remember because I don't really care about her that much. Atrium is the club that Elif used to run when she was still in the game, and I still hope she is in some way. So here we have this bikers club, I'm assuming. I think this is the club that Silky, the Bruja Primogen, owns. So that's cool. Sinners welcome. So this is another some rave club or something, some underground club. Here we have a hotel, perhaps, or some other fancy building. We saw this in the first trailer from the Chinese room for Bloodlines 2. So this is a bar, someplace, don't know where, and the Chinese room actually recreated this bar in real life when they were first announced as the team that took upon themselves to finish and make Bloodlines 2. So this is a really cool place. So obviously all of these places just show us atmosphere and locations in which mortals reside. So all over the city, and everywhere mortals are different. Obviously in a pub, club, they are looking different than in a homeless camp. So yeah, this is this very cool stuff. This library looks very cozy. I want to go there. Also looks like something broke there. But yeah, another club, I think. Another shot of the jungle. So a campfire, some tents, a lot of snow, antlers for some reason. And a lot of more, a lot interesting places we will be able to explore. What is this? All right. So that's that. And now we move to actually read about mortals. A few of them with whom we will interact with. And the first one, when first I saw this person, I was flabbergasted. My breath was taken away, and well, I'm a vampire, so I don't breathe, but you get the idea where I'm going with it. Miss Pandora. Well. Yes, that's all I have to say about her. Yes, 3 times yes. Even 4. So, yeah. But who is she? Let's read about this intriguing woman. Pandora Graves. I know that you are powerful, that you are artful, that you are dangerous, that you conceal a well of such pain deep inside you. I share that pain too. I'm so glad to be in your presence. Very eloquent, very mysterious lady. A girl calling herself Pandora stumbles into a bar in Seattle in velvet and eyeshadow, knowing too much about the kindred and yet knowing very little about life. Who is she really? Who's been feeding her information? And does she realize how close she is to death? It's unlikely. She seems to have a bad cause of main character syndrome. And that's absolutely fine because she looks like a main character and I adore her. Yes, I do. So I have few theories about her, despite her, being wonderful. She may be a Finblood, which is, on the lower scale of probability. I think she might be a sorceress or a mage even. trying to mingle in vampire society or find something out. She looks very much like a Hollow One from Made the Ascension. So that would make a lot of sense. I don't know if there will be mages, werewolves, or ghosts in Bloodlines 2. Most likely some of it will be. But a mage would be an interesting addition. So yeah, Pandora, very mysterious, very beautiful, very, yeah, call me. And we go now to the less of her, sadly, and more of this. Spoilers, but yeah, we will talk about this beautiful woman in a second. Verona de Lancey, a deep sleeper, a goddamn deep sleeper. It is 8 o'clock at night, and I've been standing out here for an hour. Well, I'm sorry to interrupt your me time, but someone wants to kill me, and no one seems to care. Such is the reality of World of Darkness, death and blood. Verona left her wealthy parents to come to Seattle to find a little excitement. Given the elegantly calligraphed death threats she just found in her purse after a night on town, she has achieved her aim. Her missions, stuff tied to her can be really interesting. I'm assuming she was targeted as a potential candidate for a Toreador embrace, perhaps. I'm assuming this from this, or just a Toreador who wants to kill her, or a Ventru. Something like that, maybe something else entirely, but still, I think she will be very interesting. But moving on, we have this handsome gentleman right here. If you follow Bloodlines 2 from the start, and from the start I mean from the Hardsuit Labs version, you know who this is, and you are as happy as me to see him again. Well, Dale was our Finnblood landlord back in the Hardsuit Lab version, who was our, tutorial guy, like the Smiling Jack in First Bloodlines, kinda. But now he's immortal, most likely, or a ghoul, or maybe still a Finnblood, we don't know, but you will see why I'm assuming this. Well, they'll be her. I want to read it differently, but I won't because they can take this video down. Oh, hey there. I got your list somewhere. Check over by the pizza boxes. We brewed up a new batch of elixirs, but my guy took some and left me this neat cloudberry candle. You want a sniff? Obviously his character is still in him. He's still the same guy, just with less fangs. But yeah, I'm assuming he may be a Finnblood or a Finnblood ghoul, perhaps, or just someone associated with them. Because he seems to be tied to Finnblood alchemy somehow. He may be their dealer, maybe spreading elixirs around town. So yeah. Dale is so laid back that he is almost horizontal. I love this description of him, really. He is certainly aware that kindred society exists, but only in the same way that he's aware that cleaning products exist or personal hygiene. They're out there, occasionally he crosses paths with them, but he wouldn't call any of them close companions. He doesn't care, he's just chill, horizontal, my horizontal bro, whom I love in a platonic way. And yeah, I'm very, very glad he's still in the game. Yeah. And now another very peculiar and interesting fella, Mr. Lemon. My friend, life's a bowl of cherries, sweet, sticky, full of color, and lemony moss. I try to give his character some, yeah, but yeah, no one knows what Mr. Lemon's real name is, but that's okay because neither does he. He's been in the SPD's drunk tank for a few days now and still hasn't sobered up. He keeps muttering about citrus fruit and seems to think Seattle might be his mother. So another very, very interesting person here. Why he may be drunk? Maybe he drank some special vampire blood. Maybe he drank some thin blood elixirs found in the snow, or maybe he's just weird, or maybe something else. I don't know. Maybe he's a mage also, perhaps, or was possessed, or something. We don't know, but we will find out, and I'm willing to find out because, well, just look at him. He looks very charming and fun to talk to. So yeah. And another very interesting person. His face reminds me of someone else, not from Bloodlines or anything, but from like another series, like a game or a movie. I'm not sure right now. But whatever. He also looks very werewolfy, werewolf stuff. I doubt he is a werewolf. He may be, but he looks like that. But most bikers can look werewolfy or bruja-ish. Yeah. Guru. His name is Guru. Is it his name or isn't it? We don't know it. Well now, my man. I can see the ghost in your trail. Don't pay them no mind. You can always lay them down gentle. Just find your purpose. I don't know if this is his accent. He looks like it might be his accent actually. So there are a few people in Seattle who claim to sense the out of the ordinary. Guru talks about seeing ghosts, but that doesn't seem to disturb him. He's usually to be found close to the rest of his biker friends near the Dutchman bar. So the Dutchman is the bar owned by Silky. So this guy, he may be a medium. He may see ghosts. So there's a high chance that we will meet and perhaps talk and even maybe fight ghosts. How we will fight ghosts? Well, with much difficulty. So yeah, but we will see. Just showing this out there, but a wraith who knows what they're doing can really mess a regular vampire up. Many people think that wraiths from Wraith the Oblivion are like on the lowest part of the food chain in World of Darkness, but most of the time they can be a real trouble for even a werewolf. If werewolf doesn't know how to interact with the Shadowlands, and most kindred can't. If you don't have enough Auspex, Necromancy, or Oblivion, or Blood Sorcery, then you are pretty much, just screwed, kinda. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. I will maybe make a video about how powerful wraiths are later. Carla, you know how it is. When the call comes to you to help others, you see so many faces. They blur together for a time. And I guess it all just got too much. I started to forget. So yeah, Carla used to be a dedicated paramedic, but somewhere along the way, something went wrong, and she parted ways with her employers. You'll still found her out on the streets, though helping where she can. Dispensing medicine that she must have got through less than legitimate means. Oh, so she can be also really interesting, a medicine dealer on the streets. Interesting. And Reggie. I don't know why, but his looks and his name just fit together. Do you hear the city? It's waiting there for you. Become one with its heartbeats. Sharing is the route to Nirvana. Yeah. Reggie is a bum. Well, that's pretty much everything we need to know about him, but let's continue. He's philosophical about it. He has his own view of the city, how the city functions, and where he can make a difference. He haunts Pioneer Square and usually has a good idea what's going on in the nearby streets. So he's a informant. We will buy informations maybe off of him. And I have a creeping suspicion that he may be Nosferatu Ghoul and somehow connected to Tully, perhaps. But yeah, another very beautiful lady, yeah, a pleasure vendor. For a few bucks, I can show you the heavens, one way or another. So yeah. Marigold is a familiar figure in the streets near Atrium. She's been playing her trade to Passion Johns for a long time now, as we can see by her face. Her side gig is prognostication through astrology. Whether her predictions are accurate, who knows? She believes with a whole heart. So she's a old pleasure vendor delving into the arcane arts of astrology. That's actually very interesting character, and I can't wait to talk to her. Really, yeah, I will protect her at all cost. Shelby, who are you? Speak to me. The end is nigh, yet it is a gentle end that will carry us to rapture. For those of you who don't know, a rapture is a Christian thing described by a Christian texts like the Bible. Is it in the Bible? I don't know. I think it was mentioned by the J-Man. No, Jesus, Yeshua. But yeah, it's basically at the end of time where all of the worthy, so believing true Christians will be taken to heaven while the rest of us will burn and will be affected by whatever the four horsemen bring with them. That's basically what the rapture is according to Christians. But yeah, Shelby was a trader in a major financial organization until 6 months ago, when she was granted a revelation. Now she walks the street of uptown Seattle, making sure everyone is aware of the coming rapture. According to Shelby, it is nothing to fear. Well, this is the world of darkness, and as I remember in the Gehenna book, everyone was screwed, including Christians, so yeah. Well, mostly, especially the Christians, now that I think of it, demons roaming around everywhere, the Bali and stuff. And here we have this handsome fella, Officer Wheeler. Again, I almost said something else, but I didn't, and I'm proud of myself. I gotta wonder what craziness you're bringing into our station this time. Just do whatever you do, and I better not hear any, just don't. So he's most likely a ghoul. He knows vampires exist. He's just tired. He doesn't care anymore. Wheeler is a solid, dependable officer of Seattle's police department, SPD. Although he does have problems with his memory from time to time, and is aware of that. Everything isn't quite as it should be. It's probably the best to focus on the things that he does understand, like desk duty, and not to think too hard about the rest. So yeah, a lot of dominate was used on that guy. My sympathy to him, because dominate can really mess with people's brains. Yeah. As we saw perfectly in many places in World of Darkness. And yeah, that's everyone. We have this little snippet of information here. Mortal outcomes. There are only some of the These are only some of the mortals you will encounter in the game. What you do with them is up to you. So maybe you'll be able to kill them. Who knows? Romance them. You know, Pandora. Whether you treat them with respect, contempt, or simply as the next meal, their lives may be irrevocably changed by the encounter. Some will never sleep easy again, others will spend every night looking for you. And some, perhaps many, will face death, victims of hunger, fury, or casual whim, as it happens in Vampire the Masquerade universe. But yeah, this is everything we have here. These mortals all look very interesting, but what next? Upcoming Death Diary 2 weeks from now. Death Diary 28th. Hunters, March 12th. So we will know about our enemies, perhaps some individual hunters with whom we will interact, not necessarily kill, but maybe also how the enemy NPCs function, how they hunt us, how their mechanics work. So I'm looking very forward to that one in 2 weeks again. But let's just go right here to this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lady right here. And we will end this video. Let me know what you think about the mortals, humans we met. What are your theories about them? Is Guru a medium? Is Pandora a sorceress or a mage? Is Reggie a god in disguise? Maybe. Who knows? But we all know one thing, that Pandora is truly amazing. We don't know much about her, actually nothing about her, but still she's my #1 mortal in this game, as of now. So yeah, thank you for watching, let me know what you think. And we're getting closer and closer to the release dates, which wasn't announced yet, but I'm assuming it will be in March, sometime in March. That's just an assumption, don't take me for it. I don't work for TCR or Paradox, so I have no idea. I'm just crazy. So, thank you for watching again. See you around. Bye-bye.